Hey guys, it's Julia and welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm going to be doing a May book haul showing you guys some of the books that I bought this month during the month of May. And first I'll just start off with what I showed in my unboxing already, and then I'll just go through those quickly, and then at the end there is a lot of classics, so I'll leave those till the end in case you're not interested in those classics, but the majority of this book haul is, just so you know. But let's get right into it. So first thing I have here is The Crown by Kiera Cass. This is the fifth and final book in the Selection series, and this I was really highly anticipating and I'm so excited for it. I still haven't read it yet, but I'm excited for it. I've heard kind of mixed reviews so far, but I'm excited to just have a fun book that is fun, you know? Fun, cool. Next up I have here is The Stand by Stephen King, and me and my friend were talking about, like, she said she doesn't have enough motivation to pick this one up, and I was just like, I'll go get it and then we can do a buddy read in the future. So yeah, I picked this up. I don't know too much about it except that it's like a typical end of the world story, but like not typical because Stephen King isn't typical. But yeah. Next I have The Rose and the Dagger by Renee Ahdieh. This is the sequel to The Wrath and the Dawn, and this is like the final installment in the duology. And The Wrath and the Dawn it's a twist on 1001 Nights that kind of involves a prince who kills his wife at dawn and then remarries and then kills the wife at dawn, and then it's like a loop, and this is the sequel to it. So yeah. Last thing that I showed in my unboxing, and I'll have it linked up on the screen if you guys are interested in checking that out, but I have A Court of Mist and Fury. Sorry, dust checking isn't on right now because I'm currently reading it. I'm not too far into it anyways. I'm like page 42, but so far so much is going on. Like, it's so interesting and I want to devote more time to it, but it's like it's big, so we'll see. The last book that I have that is not a classic is The Hidden Oracle by Rick Riordan. This is the first book in, I guess, the Trials of Apollo series. I'm still not done with Percy Jackson, like the original series, but we met Apollo and the Titan's Curse, and he's literally my favorite right now. And I heard you can't read this before the Heroes of Olympus, so I was really disappointed to hear that. I almost started it, so thank God that I like looked it up and stuff, but I really want to read this, and I'm probably just going to read the Heroes of Olympus to read this, because I wasn't planning on reading the Heroes of Olympus, to be honest, but I do want to read this one, so I'll probably read those too. So, and starting with the classics, I have a lot to show you, probably about 11, but let's just jump right into it. And the first thing I have here is A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. If you didn't know, I'm reading Great Expectations right now, and I'm so far enjoying it. And I've read A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens too, and I just really enjoy his writing. I kind of want to explore his novels, so I picked up A Tale of Two Cities. So yeah, I don't know much about this either. Most of these classics I don't know much about, but I know that, well, they're classics for a reason. I'll read them eventually, and there's something I can revisit now and when I'm older too, you know? I have this huge stack here, and basically these were $2 each, and as much as I love the Penguin English Library editions, sometimes if they're this cheap, I want to buy a lot of them in this edition. So first up I have here is Emma by Jane Austen. I've yet to read a Jane Austen book. I own Pride and Prejudice and Northanger Abbey, so I'm interested where I should start. I'll probably start with Pride and Prejudice, to be honest, but yes, I got Emma. I have Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, and I'm really interested in this one. When I bought it at the bookstore, like, people who were working there were saying like it's their favorite book, or like it's someone they know's favorite book, so I'm really interested to see what this one is about. And I also like the cover a lot. Like, I just like the color scheme and it's pretty. I like it. And the next book I have to show you guys is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. This one I'm really looking forward to. I've heard really great things about this, so I'm excited to see what this one's going to entail. The book that I actually came there, like, to the bookstore specifically for, and that is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. If you guys have seen, I'm not going to spoil it, but if you guys have seen the Once Upon a Time season finale, the one that's 2 hours long, they incorporated some characters from this story, and I don't know much about them, so I don't know if in the show they're like putting a twist on them, or like, I really want to read the original story, and I found that little aspect in the season finale was really interesting, so I really want to read this, and I'll probably read it soon, maybe, hopefully. Next one I have here is Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. I've heard of this before, but I'm not exactly sure what this is about or if people liked it, but I've seen it around before, and I think it'd be really interesting, so I do want to read this one. at one point in my life. I got Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne, and I love seeing the movie adaptations of this, so I really want to read the original book. And I think it'd be really interesting, and some relatives have told me to pick this up, so I'm gonna do that eventually. Next, I have For Whom the Bell Tolls by Ernest Hemingway, and I read The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway, but I wanted to pick up something else by him, and this one deals with after a bombing, and this novel is Hemingway's response to the Spanish Civil War, and I just think that's gonna be so interesting, and yeah, why not? It's bigger than the rest of them. It's $4.50. That's not bad. It looks bigger though, but it's $4.50. That's not too bad. Next up, I have The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. I already do own a copy of this. I read about half of it. I don't remember why I put it down. I think it was taking me a while, but like I remember where I was, so I could probably still continue with my other copy, but my other copy's beat up because I read it and like in my earlier stages of booktube, so the spine is cracked and it's just a mess, so I wanted to get another copy. You know, sitting there was $2. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get that. Memoirs of Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and yeah, I'd really like to read this one. And I think I heard somewhere that like the Sherlock Holmes book is actually like a tale of short stories. It's literally short stories. I never knew that. I didn't know that. I believe it is, yeah. I never knew that. That's interesting. And last but not least, I have The Odyssey by Homer, and I've heard a lot about this as well, and it sounds super interesting. It's the hero and his crew escape a man-eating cyclops and have angered the sea god Poseidon, so sounds like something I would like. It sounds like a classic version of Percy Jackson, so sure. These are all the books that I got. You know what books you guys are really excited about, and some of the books that I showed, what you think I should read ASAP, and your thoughts on some of the ones that I showed, and let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I will see you guys next time in my new video. Bye!